Hi, my name's Adam, and welcome to the London Guitar Academy's Beginner Guide to Guitar, Lesson 2. In Lesson 2, we're going to be looking at playing some chords, and the chords that we're going to be learning today are E minor and A sus2. Now the reason that we've picked these chords is because they're fairly easy positions to get into and transition between. So let's take a look at our first chord, which is E minor. So to start with E minor, what we want to do is we want to take our first finger and we want to place it on the A string on the 2nd fret. We're going to take our second finger and we're also going to place it on the 2nd fret, but on the D string underneath it. When we come to strum the E minor chord, we want to strum all 6 strings in a downward fashion, like so. And again. Practice this chord until you can get all the strings ringing out nice and clearly. One thing to remember is that you want to have an arc between your fingers and the fretboard as to not touch any of the strings you don't mean to fret. Let's take a look at the A sus2 chord. The A sus2 chord is very similar to the E minor chord in that we're using the same fingers and we're using the same frets, however we place the fingers on different strings. So the first finger to use on the A sus2 chord is your first finger, and we're going to press this on the 2nd fret on the D string. Your second finger is then going to follow suit underneath and go on the 2nd fret on the G string. Now, unlike the E minor chord where we played all 6 strings, we're only going to play from the A string downwards, so we're not going to play the bottom E string. So let's have a listen to how that sounds. And once more. Again, practice this chord until you can get all the strings sounding nice and clear, and make sure that your fingers are arced over the strings as to not touch any of the unwanted strings. So now we've learned the chords, let's have a look at how we can transition between the two quickly and smoothly. So as you've probably noticed, the chord positions are both very similar, only the E minor and the A sus, the only difference being is that the A sus chord, your fingers have moved down 1 fret. So now we've learned how to play both the chords, we're going to look at how to change between the two. As you've probably noticed, the positions for E minor and A sus2 are very similar in the fact that both fingers are both playing the 2nd fret. However, the A sus2, we just move our fingers down both 1 strings. So we're moving from 2 fingers on the A and the D string. And we're going to pick them up, we're going to drop them both down 1 string, and then we're playing from the A string like that. So what I want you to do is I want you to practice transitioning between the two slowly. So play the E minor, place your fingers for the A sus chord, like so. And keep practicing this until you get the transitions nice and smooth. You can hear all the notes ringing out and you don't have any buzzing, or we're not catching any of the strings with our fingers. So now we've looked at playing the chords and transitioning between the chords, let's have a look at playing them in the sequence. So for this song, we're going to use each chord for 4 beats of the bar, and then we're going to move to the next chord. So let me play this for you and show you how it sounds. So as we can see, smooth controlled motions, and then when you're ready, tiny little movement, just dropping those fingers down 1 string and playing the next chord. As I said, keep practicing this, keep the transitions nice and clear, keep your notes ringing out, and practice, and we'll see you in lesson 3.